Okay, let's talk about Janggi notations, but before we can actually do that, we need to compare it to our internationalized chess notation, since there are also kind of different set of notations for international chess. I'm just going to say it outright that since the descriptive notation is considered to be outdated, I am not going to present it anymore. Let's just go ahead and use or compare Janggi notation with the algebraic notation. Okay, so here how it goes. We will be crossing cultures, okay, because reading Janggi notations as well as Chinese chess, even Chinese chess, is very different from reading chessboard notations. For one thing, let's just talk about Chinese chess first. Chinese chess has some movements that I haven't studied about, but one of the main difference is that it's going relative. The notations depend on player 1 or player 2's viewpoint. But on chessboards, on international chess, it's an absolute notation, meaning whatever rank was assigned there, it's the same both for white and black. Okay? And maybe that's the only similarity I can compare it to when it comes to Janggi notations. Both notation types are absolute. But let's just go through the differences. Okay? Algebraic notation, I think this is considered better. As you can see that the files are named by the succeeding letters of the alphabet while the ranks are being counted, right? It uses numbers for ranks, it uses letters for the files. While on a Janggi board, they're using numbers for both ranks and files. That's one difference. Second difference, let's just go with the visuals things first. You count up, okay, starting from 1 at the bottom rank, going up for the chessboard notations. But when it comes to Janggi, you count down, right? That's another difference. And also, you may notice that it goes from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then 0. Let's just keep it a 1-digit quote-unquote number. Okay, so what have we done? Letters for files, numbers for ranks. In a chessboard, on a Janggi board, both are numbers. Second, you count down the ranks on a Janggi board and you count up the ranks when it comes to a chessboard. Also, when it comes to notations, chess boards or chess notations assign the file first. So when we're considering reading the location of this horse right here, it's in F3. So we will be looking for the F file first and then 3. While on a Janggi notation, it's the rank first that we will be looking at. So if ever this horse was in this point, that means we will be looking at this side of the numbers first. So it's on 7, 5, 7, 5. If it was a chessboard, A, B, C, D, E, 3 or 4 or something. Okay? Another thing, when it comes to movements, let's just go with the new game for now. This is how chessboard notations do it. They assign the piece letter, for example, the knight, which is in F3, meaning it just moved to F3. Whatever square it was from, we do not know. It does not indicate unless there is another knight that can actually move there. So for example, if ever there was this knight was in here and another knight was in here, and since they can move to the same square, they will assign the G file first. So that means it will not annotate it as N G F3. If it was this knight, they would annotate it as a N E to F3. If they were on the same file but different ranks, then they will consider that. They will just say, let's just shift the other knight here. That will be knight to G, or knight from 5 to F3. Okay, so, but when it comes to Janggi notation, so here's how it goes. See that? The starting point, 0, 8, the symbol for the piece, and then to the point where it's going, which is 8, 7. Okay, so you will already know what piece it might be referring to based on the location itself, but for the sake of completion, it identifies the piece as a horse, right? That's how it works. So when I move this chariot here, which is from 1-1, chariot 2-1. Okay, that's how it does it. And one way I can actually cross the cultures is that I kind of miss the capturing notations from the algebraic notation. So for example, when I use this chariot to capture that chariot, it doesn't actually indicate, I'm sorry, this one is actually this one. I'm gonna fix that. I forgot to modify my code again. I see here. In algebraic notation, they would actually denote this as a knight, or let's just consider this as a rook R times 1, 9. Okay, so let's just say I just developed something similar to an algebraic-ish, to an Asian point of view. See that? I modified it a little bit. This is not a standard Janggi notation. It's just me trying to be comfortable with reading the notations, but I am not going to break down too much tradition so as to, I'm still going for the rank first and counting down. But this is what I miss. Also, on the, see this? This is not indicated on the traditional notation. The checks, checkmates, and things like that. And this is why I am trying to make some sort of a crossing the cultures notation just for me to read it properly, because, sorry about that. When it comes to this, not much, only movements. Since the movements are only indicated, I can't really feel the pressure unless I look at it in the board. But when I look at this and knowing there's a capture, there's a check, there's a facing generals or something, that's what I favor much about. But we already have gotten through the, what do you call them? Let's just move this thing out of the way. The notations up. Let's just move on to the piece values. Now in the piece values, piece, P-I-E-C-E, not P-E-A-C-E, we have our standard scoring system for Janggi. When it comes to chess, I guess, these are for the sake of material calculations. When beginners try to calculate who is better and do not want to calculate the position or something, you'll just ask, how many rooks does he have? How many knights? How many pawns? And they'll just count it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And if everything is equal in things except for my enemy has 1 rook but I have 2 knights, that means materially I am superior or something. But that's just it for the sake of calculation. When it comes to Janggi, you can also do that, but the scoring system is much more strict, because on games, tournament games that are declared to be as draw, they will count your scores based on the surviving pieces on the board. So there's technically no such thing as a drawn game in Janggi. Tournament-wise, casual games, you can draw all you want. It's just that. A draw by position and draw by game itself. In Janggi, you can draw by position, but you can actually lose the game because of the scores. And to make sure that no draw can happen also in counting of scores, red player, who is the second to move, gets a bonus of 1.5 points. I think it's called Tumi. Koreans call it Dan, which is translated as bonus, so let's just call it a bonus point. Just to avoid draw even in the scoring table. Right? So I guess that's it. We have talked about piece notations, Janggi board notations, and piece values, and they're kind of important when it comes to discussing games and even further discussions when I continue on this series. So I see you guys next time.